Developing tonight, a murder mystery getting national attention now as a former model and her father, a former FBI agent, find themselves facing life behind bars for the death of the woman's husband. Arthur Aidala, Lise Wheeler here on why this case is getting so much attention. But first, Trace Gallagher gets us up to speed on the crime. Trace?
Megan, at 3 o'clock in the morning, Tom Martins, a former FBI agent, claims he was awoken by a loud fight between his daughter Molly and her husband, 39-year-old Jason Corbett. Martin says when he came into his daughter's room, Jason Corbett was choking her, saying he was going to kill her. So Martin says he grabbed an aluminum bat, struck his son-in-law on the head, and called 911. Listen.
What's going on there?
My daughter's husband, my son-in-law, got in a fight with my daughter. I intervened, and I think he's in bad shape. We need help.
Okay, what do you mean he's in bad shape? He's hurt?
He's bleeding all over, and I may have killed him.
The call went on for 14 minutes. Most of that time, the dispatcher was trying to talk the father and daughter through CPR. In the background, you could hear how distraught Molly Corbett was. But now both father and daughter are charged with murder because police say neither of them had any injuries and their lives were not in imminent danger. And there's some question as to where the baseball bat came from. The father says he had it in his room because he was about to give it as a gift to his 9-year-old grandson. Police think he might have gone specifically to an equipment closet and grabbed it before entering his daughter's room. On top of all this, it's also an international child custody case. The victim was from Ireland. His children are Irish citizens. Their Irish family is fighting to take them away from their stepmom, Molly Corbett, who is now facing murder charges.
Trace, thank you. Joining me now with more, New York trial attorney Arthur Aidala and former federal prosecutor Lise Wheeler, both are Fox News legal analysts. So they say it was defense, the father says it was defense of others. I was defending my daughter's life. What is the proof that that's not what was happening?
There is no proof that is what happened because there are no bruises. He says strangling her by the neck. Well, there would be bruises, there would be marks, there would be something.
She didn't have a mark
Nothing.
on her.
She didn't and he didn't. Okay. Then they said the baseball bat, right? But what the cops found out was a baseball bat and a brick. Now, where does the brick come into? You don't just hit somebody with a baseball bat and then the brick. That's beyond self-defense. Even if you go into something like that, you stop. You have to stop at a certain point when the person is down. You don't then hit them with the brick. Also, there was a custody battle going on. She wanted these kids. She was desperate for these kids.
They were not her biological children.
Exactly. But she wanted to adopt them. She said no to that, okay? Now she wants custody, and the sister of the dead guy, the deceased, says no to that.
Naturally, if you're the Irish sister, you're saying she's not getting custody. I think she murdered.
There's money involved. The reason they were fighting all the time was about money, and she took out huge amounts of cash from their joint bank accounts right after he died.
She was the nanny to the children, right? He was married before. His first wife died. She was the nanny. He married the nanny.
Who was a model?
The nanny model. This is never a good idea. I don't know. That's another story for another day. And so how are they going to get out of this?
Wait a minute. What's the evidence against the nanny model? What's the evidence about the
Where are the marks on her throat if he was choking her?
Okay, so hold on. No one's saying she picked up a bat. No one's saying she picked up a brick. If her father severely overreacted to an argument
between her... But she had the motive. Who had the most to gain, not the grandfather.
But the grandfather, what his 911 call says, which seems pretty credible, is there was a fight going on. I ran in to break up the fight. Number one, as a prosecutor, you also charge the lesser included of extreme emotional disturbance, meaning heat of passion, like when someone comes in and their wife is having an affair and they kill him. It's a lower crime.
That's not what happened here.
As his defense attorney, you're saying what you said, Megan, which is, I'm defending a third person. I'm defending my daughter. But Lisa's right. It's excessive force by killing him.
Absolutely.
But I don't see the evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that the daughter...
What is the evidence against her? He raises a good point. The father's on tape admitting he did it, the woman's father.
Maybe trying to protect her because he comes in and she's beating with a baseball bat.
Unless they have some plotting between the daughter and the father. Then how do they get her on murder?
Extreme with the baseball bat and the brick. And the other thing that's really strange about this case, Megan, is she's going on Facebook. She's going on social media before the trial saying, I'm innocent, I need fair, the truth's got to come out. In my background, anyway, my experience, people who are innocent, they say that in the trial level. They don't go on
but
Facebook.
today everybody does everything on Facebook.
Not pre-trial.
The bottom line is, Dad's got an issue. He's got an issue of excessive force, but he also has the self-defense portion of it. And but the girl
And the baseball.
Exactly.
That's a good question.
Listen,
the baseball bat, that's going to get it done.
So if I'm the defense attorney, I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, you have a man in his 30s against a man in his 60s, and the man in his 60s is hearing his daughter's screams for help. He breaks in the door to save, but he's there to save.
He's a former FBI agent.
He's there to save his daughter, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. What would you do, ladies and gentlemen, if your daughter was screaming, "Help me, Dad!
And you get
Daddy,
this
help
guy
me!
off,
He's
and you
hurting
get
me!"
these bad people off the
Daddy,
street because they're
please, he's gonna
killers.
kill me.
And they have to
You're out of order. You're out of order.
We're all out of order.
Stricken. Great to see you both.
You.
Bye.
What are your thoughts? Facebook.com/The Kelly File.